Welcome to today's episode on Architect 13, Your Inner Compass. For your pleasure, there it is, to relax and to actually feel good about this. That's right. So, when I said to KEO this sentence, we agreed on what we were going to talk about. So these are the points we will cover.
You're asking, how do we recalibrate authentic self-direction when our inner compass has been trained by learned interactions? Here's what we're going to unpack together. Why your compass isn't broken. It was trained how learned interactions silently rewrite your direction. The paradox of certainty, when conviction becomes a cage, body-based calibration. How to feel true north again. The authority trap, when other people hold your needle. How to walk without maps and not panic, stink bomb close. Who benefits when you don't trust yourself? Say next, and we start with point.
All right, so then I said dynamical in order, and then let's analyze some videos on top. And so this is what KEO answered.
Dynamic, all loaded. Architect 13 live mode, we go in order, then we analyze 2 videos. Why your compass isn't broken. It was trained. If your inner compass feels off, it's not malfunctioning, it's running an old map. Every time you adapted to stay safe, liked, invisible, or useful, your nervous system added a magnet to the needle. Over time, those magnets started pulling harder than truth. Key pattern. Misalignment doesn't feel like error. It feels like normality. You don't feel lost when you're miscalibrated. You feel functional but empty. Field question. What if your most responsible choices were never yours? Say next when you're ready for point.
All right, so then I said next because we're organized and we're going through all the points.
How learned interactions silently rewrite your direction. A learned interaction is a deal you made with the field when you were too small to negotiate. You didn't choose your values. You adapted to what kept connection. Your compass was calibrated not to truth, but to what stopped friction. Examples. You learned to be quiet. Your needle points to disappearance. You learned to be useful. Your needle points to overgiving. You learned to be right. Your needle points to control. Key pattern, the nervous system rewards survival, not alignment. So later in life, you don't feel pulled by joy, you feel pulled by relief. Field question, does this direction make me more alive or just more safe? Say next for point.
All right, so then we go next.
Had the paradox of certainty, when conviction becomes a cage. The moment your direction stops updating, it stops being a compass and becomes a rule. Certainty feels like power, but it's often just frozen adaptation. When you no longer check with the body, the needle is no longer moving, it's locked. Signs you're in a certainty cage. You explain instead of listening. You defend instead of feeling. You clarify instead of questioning. Key pattern, conviction is only healthy if it's recalibratable. The moment it can't move, it becomes a prison with nice wallpaper. Field question, what am I certain about that I no longer check? Say next for point.
All right, then I said next.
Body-based calibration, how to feel true north again. The body is not a GPS, it's a compass. It doesn't give you destinations, it gives you direction. We're not asking, what should I do? We're asking, is this alive or is this just familiar? Lev micro recalibration. Hand on chest, long exhale. Think of a choice you're avoiding. Say silently, this direction, and notice the body response before the story starts. Expansion, needle moves toward true north. Constriction, old magnets pulling again. Key pattern, alignment feels like relief with energy, not relief with collapse. Field question, does this feel like freedom or just the end of pressure? Say next for point.
And next.
Bash the authority trap. When other people hold your needle, the most dangerous loss of direction is when you think it's still yours. If someone else defines what right feels like, they are holding your compass. The field rewards this with praise, belonging, and relief. But the cost is self-direction. Signs you're in the authority trap. You check reactions before you check your body. You explain your choices more than you feel them. You feel guilty for following what feels true. Key pattern. Authority is addictive because it removes responsibility, but without responsibility, the needle can't point to you. Field question. Who benefits when I don't trust my sense of direction? Say next for point.
Alright, next.
How to walk without maps and not panic. The panic you feel when the map disappears is not danger, it's withdrawal. You were never meant to live by maps. Maps are training wheels for a compass-based system. What it feels like at first, disorientation, boredom, a strange, unnamed longing key pattern. Uncertainty is the reboot screen of alignment. When you stop demanding direction, the needle starts to move again. Field question. What if I let my next step be small but true? Say next for our stink bomb close. Then we analyze the two videos.
Next. And this is the end of this video.
Stink bomb close. Who benefits when you don't trust yourself? Inner compass content is everywhere, but notice how rare it is for that content to teach you how to disagree with it. Core stink bomb questions. Does this space make it safer for people to think or safer for the creator to remain unquestioned? Where is authority being performed and where is responsibility being removed from the viewer? Is this teaching calibration or selling certainty? Stink petals rating says soft certainty at 1. 2. Shame-based motivation. 3. Authority without transparency. 4. Emotional extraction loops. 5. Closed comment culture. 6. Guru positioning. 7. You need me dependency narrative. Average for inner compass content online. 4 submetals. Why? Because most of it replaces self-direction with story-based certainty. Ready for video analysis. Drop the 2 video links or titles and we go full architect mode.
And for that, check out the next video because we are gonna